Good evening, everybody, and once more from the headquarters of the Felix Circle in Germany. My name is Kai Muegge, and I have a new issue to talk about today, how we do look at things that are happening in the seance room. And I know it is not always easy to understand what is going on. And today I would like to talk about negative seances. That means seances that have no outcome. And I know that at the moment there are people running around and telling, as long as you do not have a certain number of total negative sittings, your work cannot be genuine. Okay, let's start. Where is that coming from with these negative sittings? It is coming from the mediums of the past. It is coming from the few mediums of the past that made it into books, into the history books of spiritualism and so forth. And why did they make it into the books? Because they worked with scientists. We have worked with scientists as well. And here we had our negative sittings. I mean, something has changed in the way how we look at the energy distribution inside of the seance. For a long time, it was thought that all the energetic background is served by the medium, but that is not true. Actually, the medium and the sitters and environmental aspects, this all comes together and serves for the energetical background. And as long as you have powerful and interested sitters, you will always have an outcome. And even if it is a small outcome, but you will have an outcome. When you have a certain number of sitters, this is what we have learned, when you have at least, let's say, 12 sitters, 12 committed and engaged sitters, you can bet that you will have an outcome of some sort. So I don't know how other mediums are doing it, but we have shifted the energetical responsibility onto everybody in the room. This is not a show where you can go to. This is a ritual. This is a ceremony you can take part of. And as long as you have committed sitters who want to take part in the ceremony, you will have an outcome. Time by time, every single time, you will be doing it. Something else it is when you have 3 grim scientists sit with you and not 20 sitters, let's say, and these 3 grim scientists do not trust you and look after every movement you are gonna do, and they are not used to provide energy in every sort of form into the seance, then you will have negative seances. So sit with positive people and you will have an outcome. And there is no law, there is no rule that you have to have a certain number of negative seances. Maybe there are mediums who have that in their modus operandi, but we don't have it. We have distributed the responsibility for the energy that is needed in the seance room onto the sitters and onto the medium, and there is always energy that you have at least a minor outcome, a little outcome, and that is usually enough to amaze people. The smallest physical phenomenon is usually sufficient to amaze people. So there is no law that you have to have negative seances from time to time. And that people in the past had these negative outcomes was because they had to demonstrate for scientists That's the reason why they ended in books. There were 10,000 more mediums we have never heard of because they never made it into the books. And they always sat with their communities, and they did not have negative sittings. I even do not believe that Daniel Douglas Hume had negative sittings. I didn't hear of negative sittings of Daniel Douglas Hume, for example. Okay, ladies and gents, we love you and see you soon.